Nick is 17 years old now and full of just life. He's a happy kid. He loves his video games, loves, his FFA.
My favorite bands are Pantera, Metallica, Ozzy, and Rob Zombie.
I couldn't ask for anything better. That God gave me a wonderful gift. It was such a wonderful son as him. He is our world. He completes our family. We couldn't imagine life without him.
The day of the accident, I get a phone call at 6:30. Nick did not make it to 0 period. And I said, okay, maybe he overslept. She said, no, Miss Tusant, he had been hit. And I said, what do you mean hit? And she said, he's been hit by a car. I got to the scene, I saw Nick and I lost it. They said, we're taking him to Hemet Ryan Airport and airlifting him to Riverside Regional.
When he first came to the emergency room and even to the ICU, we were actually concerned that he was not going to make it. Amongst his injuries were a very significant, life-threatening brain injury, as well as additional injuries such as a pelvic and facial fractures and pulmonary contusions. In addition to these injuries, he had cardiac instability. His saturations actually went down to about 50%. It was at the point where I had asked for Nick's mother and father to come to the bedside because I really felt that this was potentially going to be a terminal event. And I looked at the number 50%, and despite the fact that it was really, really low, there were other indicators that suggested that he was hanging on. About 2 weeks after we had thought that we were going to lose Nick, I walked into the room and was doing the exam like I had done on the previous days. Nick, raise your right hand. It was awesome, but for an event like this, anything happens once, for me, it's just can be attributed to the randomness of the universe. So I asked him again, Nick, raise your right arm. Sure enough, he raised it again. This was amazing. But twice could be coincidence. So I asked him a third time, Nick, raise your right arm. And he did it again. And that's really when I knew that he was in there and that we would do everything we could to actually get him out of the hospital and get him to rehab to give him the best possible chance.
It was excellent care. If I had question after question, they explained things to where I could understand it. The one thing I have noticed about Riverside University, they put the care first. If I could tell the doctors anything at Riverside University is, thank you so much. They didn't stop, they didn't quit. They didn't look at Nicky just as a patient. They looked at him as this is someone's child. They made it their mission, their goal, for Nicky to come home. And they did it.
Thank you everybody for not quitting on me, pushing me that extra mile that I need to walk again. Don't give up hope, no matter what happens. You may get pushed down, but you get right back up.